And we're back. I know, I said I was going to take a couple of weeks off, come back and wrap it all up for you, but life happens. Kids got sick, holidays. Wife got sick, holidays. Kids got sick again. That flu is no joke. I mean, I spent more time in the hospital with them than I did my entire life. Wow. But anyways, I'm back. I got some plans. We're going to be getting a new camera. I got a new computer being made to make better graphics. Shout out to my boy, Kenny Rosati. It's going to be a great year. We're going to have fun. And more importantly, you're going to learn a few things. But we're going to wrap up last season's the aims of scouting. So the aims of scouting are those things that we had to learn as part of our module training, the leadership training, the first 90 days thing. But we kind of glossed them over. We didn't really give them any second thought. But I want to go over them again. And we're going to break them down and see how we can use those in our program. You see, with all the advancements in program, it's real easy to forget what the purpose of scouting is all about. And the answer will surprise you. But before we get into that, let's talk about today's camp gear, aka Camp Gadget, aka the wash station. I don't mean the cookie or the food hand wash station. I'm talking about the hand wash station. The scouts who are supposed to be clean, at least most of the time, this is where they're going to go to wash their hands, preferably before they eat. Now, the wash station, the hand wash station, is basically just a tripod with a 5-gallon bucket that hangs from it. And what's really cool about the wash station is it's a camp gadget, which means that's a first class requirement, which means that's some lashings and knots, which that's what we're known for, right? So using a hand wash station, you scout masters, I want a hand wash station on these campouts, please. Okay, don't sound like that. But we can ask for a wash station because then the scouts can now start to, hey, this is a requirement. We need to get it signed off. Hey, cool. We built something. What else can we build? Little sparks blow up. But anyways, that's today's camp gear, the hand wash station. The aims of scouting is the why to the program. And it's more than just getting ink on paper. And it's more than just putting the patch on our shirt. It's the aims of scouting. It's these 4 key traits that we are trying to teach every scout that comes through our program. So let's say them together. Citizenship training, personal fitness, leadership development, and character development. Why are they so important? Let's break it down a little bit. Number 1, character development. Character development is that one that just seems like, okay, yeah, it's there. Look at it this way. The Scout Oath and the Scout Law are your map and compass to making decisions, to life, to everything you need to have a question on. The Scout Oath and the Scout Law. It's character development. Oh, should I go partying with my friends or should I stay home and study? Well, I really, really want to, but a scout is trustworthy, or a scout is obedient. And next thing you know, the scout's making great decisions through that character development of the Scout Oath and the Scout Law. Once they start figuring these things out, then they start getting self-confidence. Hey, I just lit a fire for the first time. Hey, I just made a tripod. I got us from point A to point B using a map and compass. These little things build self-confidence. It's not the advancement that we're looking at. It's the I did something I couldn't do before. It is the path, not the destination, that we're looking for. Number 2, leadership training. Fortune 500 companies spend thousands upon thousands of dollars every year to teach their employees citizenship training. I mean, just go online and look at YouTube. There are people with hundreds of thousands of subscribers, way more than what I have, which, by the way, do me a favor, hit the like and subscribe button so that you won't miss a future episode. Anyways, but these so-called experts are all over the internet on how to be a leader, how to have leadership skills. And these are what leadership skills are all about. Your scouts are going to come out of the program and they have applied those leadership skills. They've learned that effective communication is the key to making sure a project happens as planned. They're going to know how to look at a bigger project, break it down into smaller pieces, and then figure out who's going to be best suited for what. These scouts get the same thing that what you and I would pay thousands of dollars for, but they're getting it for practically nothing at a young age. What a leg up, right? Number 3, citizenship training. If you remember my episode on citizenship training, you remember how I said that wouldn't it be nice if everyone could get some citizenship training? Well, that is this program. Not only do we teach them and make sure they know their Pledge of Allegiance, but they understand why it's the Pledge of Allegiance. It's not some name of a saying that we do. It's a Pledge of Allegiance. And then they have to tell us what that means to them. I mean, there are merit badges specifically for citizenship training. We want to make sure you learn these. So we're going to make them Eagle required. And citizenship training is extremely important to BSA. I mean, so important, in fact, that people all over the world know that a scout knows how to properly raise the flag, knows how to properly dispose of the flag. He knows what the Bill of Rights are. Our scouts are leaders in this community because of their citizenship training. A scout is obedient, but what that means is more than just I follow the rules. It is, but if I believe those rules are unjust, I'll seek the proper channels and use the right means to get it corrected. 2 really good friends of mine are running for public office. And when I asked them, why do you want to run for public office? You know what they said? Because that's where I can make the greatest impact and right a few wrongs in the process. They didn't do it because they want to line their pockets with money. They did it because they want to make a change. That is the process. That is the program for you. Both of these gentlemen are Eagle Scouts. You see, scouts aren't a part of the problem. They are a part of the solution. They're willing to get in and get dirty and figure out how we're going to make our economy better, how we're going to make our society better. And number 4, personal fitness. We teach them these habits early. How to eat right, how to keep ourselves physically strong, how to make sure that we're physically fit, which is 2 different things. We give them those habits of being physically ready. Because you never know what tomorrow's going to bring. We have to make sure we stay physically ready. Eating right, exercising, keep taking care of our body, those things don't just come naturally. You have to know how to do that. So we teach them My Plate. So we tell them that, hey, You may be able to run a mile in 12 minutes. Let's go for 11. Let's go for 10. Remember, we talked about that the tenderfoot advancement isn't about how fast you can run or how far you can stretch. It's about showing improvement. The physical fitness is about getting better. You see, so all four of the aims of scouting are like a table. And sure, we can take one of the legs away and then that table will probably, it won't fall, but it won't be stable anymore either. So every scout is getting stable foundation, standing on the pillars of the four aims of scouting. Now, that's all fine and dandy, but what does it really mean? I mean, how can we tell this to the world? Before you go off and hit the unsubscribe, and I never want to see that guy again, hear me out. Eagle is just a rank. I said it. Eagle is just a rank. Now, it is the highest rank in BSA, yes. And it is extremely important, yes. And should anybody stop doing their advancements? No. Finish it out. Make sure you get Eagle because it is a big, important thing, but it's not the point of scouting. It is your capstone project to the last 7 years of your life. Would it be easier for a scout to say, oh, well, I know citizenship and I know how different knots are used for different things, and I understand how to cook and keep myself physically healthy, and I know how to properly raise a flag? Or would it be easier just to say, I am an Eagle? So we put too much focus on just the advancement and we've forgotten completely about all the path to get us there. And that the four aims of scouting is what we really want you to get out of the program. Did the scout learn the aims of scouting? I sit in on Eagle Border reviews, and haven't been able to sit in on pretty much any of them from my unit. I do get lucky enough to sit in on some for friends of mine. And that's the questions that I ask. Is how has BSA trained you for life as an adult? How has BSA trained you to be a proper citizen of the U.S.? Do you feel like you have what it takes to keep yourself physically strong? I could care less whether or not that person knows their knots. The knots are awesome. The knots are great. Yes. And they're probably going to come very useful in life. But did that person learn citizenship, leadership, character, fitness? That's what I worry about whenever I approve someone to get the rank of Eagle. So that's all fine and dandy, Mark. Yes, I get it. Eagle isn't as important as the methods and aims of scouting. So what does that mean for us? Well, ask yourself in your unit, how are we ensuring that our scouts learn the aims of scouting? I mean, maybe it's we make sure that every patrol has a chance to not only learn, but perfect the color guard. And then we do regular physical fitness tests. Doesn't have to be extremely hard. I'm not talking about mile runs, but maybe jumping jacks within 5 minutes. How many jumping jacks can you do? And then you track them and it becomes a little competition. Your scouts are known for being physically fit. Maybe it's you train your scouts on leadership skills. Once a month, you focus on one skill and you really drive it home. The aims of scouting are the big reason why this program has become what it is. but it's hidden in the background. We don't really pay attention to it. And like I said in the beginning, it's taught to us in our modules the first 90 days, and we don't give it a second chance. The aims of scouting is the whole point. So, the aims of scouting. How are you in your unit doing your best to ensure that the aims of scouting is the focal point of the program? So I don't have any dad jokes for you, but I do have a Scoutmaster minute for you. An old man and his wife were looking for a ranch hand. And this young man comes in and applies, and the farmer is blown away with all of his skills. And then before the interview is over, he asked the young man, well, is there anything special about you that we should know? And the young man looks him in the eye and goes, yeah, I can sleep through the night. Puzzled by this, the old man hires the youth anyways. So guy hires on and he's working, awesome worker. Then one day a storm starts to blow upon them. And that night, the man and the wife panicked and got up in the middle of the night, put on their shoes and started walking around, and then found the fence was mended. The gate was shut. All the animals were in the barn with plenty of hay and not a peep out of the sheep. And then they found the young man in his bed in the bunk room, quiet and snoring. And that was when they realized what he meant by I can sleep through the storm. You see, when he had the time, when he had the opportunity, he did all of his chores. So that whenever the storm was coming, he was able to sleep. And that has become a new motto for my life, is that I want to sleep through the storm. I want to take care of what I can take care of before it becomes an issue. So that is my Scoutmaster Minute. I can hear you saying it, and I'm not even near you. So anyways, that is all, guys. As always, go out, have fun, and don't forget to scout on purpose.